Hello, everybody. This is Joe from PrepAgent. I hope everybody's having a great day. It is Monday. Ugh, gross, Mondays. But we're ready to go and ready to study for our real estate exam. Today we're doing contracts. Give me a big thumbs up if you could hear me. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Looks like Ashley Neal is ready to go. Awesome, Ashley. So we all can hear me? Yes? Yeah, thanks, Darcy. Okay, great. We got Adrian on the chat. I'm on the microphone. And today we're doing contracts. And imagine we got a lot of new people here today. So as we start with contracts, you got to ask one thing when you start contracts. And those of you guys who've been here before know what it is. And the question is, what are the 4 essentials of a valid contract? Everybody go. You got to start off with that. You can't go anywhere with contracts without naming the 4 essentials of a valid contract. It all starts there. Who's got it? The 4 essentials of a valid contract are mutual consent. Nice job, Lori. First one on the board. Offer and acceptance. Consideration and lawful object. And for those of you guys who get a little confused, mutual consent, offer acceptance, and meeting of the minds is the same thing. All right, everybody got that? So agreement can be spoken as mutual consent, meeting the minds, or offer and acceptance. Everybody got that? Sometimes people get that confused. Okay. Rosanna said a code. Rosanna, that is for agency. That stands for accountability, confidentiality, obedience, loyalty, and disclosure. That's something different, but I love that you're putting forth that effort. We all are learning together, okay? But the 4 essential valid contracts are agreement. It's got to be legal. You got to have consideration, right? And you got to be capable parties. All common sense stuff, okay? Everybody with me? Everybody excited? Yes? All right, good. Okay, so let's look at the first one on the board here. Hello, Terry Tyson. Good to see you. When a counteroffer is made, A, the original offer can amend its terms. B, the original offer becomes a unilateral offer. C, it is consideration, a partial acceptance of the original offer. Or D, the offeree becomes the offeror. What do you guys think? Welcome, Elma. Okay, the answer is D. The offeree becomes the offeror. Remember this, the counteroffer is not a modification of the original offer. A counteroffer is a brand new offer. A counteroffer is a brand new offer. Many people think it's a modification of the original offer, and that's because generally speaking and practically speaking, that's what it is. But technically, it's a brand new offer. I'll give you 500 grand for your house. Then you say, no, I am terminating that offer, and I will give you my house for your $550,000. Okay, everybody got that? Now, I use the word the offeree becomes the offeror, and obviously a big part of passing the real estate exam is you knowing your OREE rule. Who here knows their OREE rule? OREE rule. Who knows the OREE rule? Good luck, Brian. OR is giver, EE receives. Sometimes people say there's an exception to the rule, and there is no exception. This is a suffix that we learned in elementary school. We can't have exceptions to our grammar. Okay, so you have the OREE rule. And we sing the ridiculous song that helps us pass, what makes us feel silly, when we say, lessor, vendor, optionor, grantor is the giver, the proprietor for your pleasure. Lessee, vendee, optionee, grantee, give me property, makes me happy. I know it sounds ridiculous. You don't have to say it out loud in front of your friends, but I promise you when you're taking your exam and they're talking about the mortgagor and mortgagee and trustor, trustee, grantee, grantor, optionor. You'll be singing that song in your head and you'll be happy you did it. All right? Right, guys? We can all sacrifice a little pride. So the OR is the give or, the EE receives. The OR gives, the EE receives. Okay? So when you get a loan from the bank, what are you? When you get, are you the mortgagor or mortgagee? Or are you the trustor or trustee, depending on what state you're in? What are you? You are the mortgagor. You are the mortgagor or the trustor, depending on where you are. Okay? Why are they the OR even though they are receiving money? Who knows the answer to that? Why are they the OR even though they are receiving money? What is it that they are giving? What is it that they are giving? Why are they an OR? Who knows? They are giving that promise. Nice job, Crystal. That promissory note. They are giving that promissory note. Okay, guys? That is hugely important. Nobody's giving you money unless you give them a promise or a guarantee they'll get paid back. Right, guys? Does that make sense? If you say, Joe, can I borrow $1,000? I say, sure, but how do I know you're going to pay me back? In other words, I'm not giving you that $1,000 until you give me something to show that you're going to pay me back. And that's that promissory note, that evidence of the debt, that pledge, whatever you want to call it. All right. But it is that thing I need in order to feel secure that you'll pay me back. Does that make sense for everybody? Hopefully that makes sense. That's super important. We all got to know that. People mix that up all the time. And I don't want you guys to mix it up. I want you guys to nail it. In a listing, which clause will allow a broker to collect a commission for a specified period of time after the term of the listing has expired? A, protection period clause, B, acceleration clause, C, release clause, or D, delay pay clause? And the answer is protection period clause. This is also known as a safety clause. Who could tell me what this is? Anybody ever heard of this? Protection period clause, safety clause. All right, what is that? So what that is a way for a real estate agent to get credit for a buyer they bring, even if the buyer closes the deal after the listing expires. It's a time to close deals with people you've been working with after the listing expires, okay? It is not a time period to find a new buyer. So if I find Bob one day before the listing expires, I give that name to the sub. Like, look, I got Bob here. Bob comes back 3 days later and closes the deal. You're fine because it's within that safety clause period, that protection period clause, time zone. Okay, that is not a time to find a new buyer. It's a time to close deals with buyers you've been working with during the term of the listing. Okay. By the way, quick note, if you guys want to get in touch with us, some of you guys write us through Facebook and Instagram and other places like that. We will try to get back to you through there, but it's very difficult. The best way to message us is through the website. Trying to answer like a million different social media forms can get a little overwhelming. So if you guys want the quickest response, make sure you message us through the website. Okay? Anderson, the protection period clause is negotiable. Typically around 2 weeks, but they could be completely negotiated for anything. So anyways, message us through the website. Adrian's been doing a great job of getting back to people. Those of you guys who have been with us for a little while, notice that we've been much more responsive in the last 2 weeks. And that is fully because of Adrian. So, and the other thing I wanted to mention, I'm very proud, I'm very thrilled, I'm very honored. And I want to thank Adrian for his service. You guys may not know it, but he was a 6-year Navy guy. He served our country, and we want to acknowledge him for that because that is awesome. So Adrian served our country in the Navy, and that's pretty cool. So I wanted to mention that to you guys. So I think it's awesome. You're welcome, Adrian. You deserve it. Okay, here we go. Ooh, that's a heart. Okay, here we go. Moving right along. Assuming a broker took an open listing. He then made an oral agreement with another broker to share the commission on the property. The second broker procured an offer resulting in the sale of the property. The first broker refused to share his commission on the sale. A, the second broker would stand a good chance of winning a court suit for his share of the commission. B, he need not share the commission due to the statute of frauds. C, he need not share the commission as it was an open listing. Or D, the second broker could sue the seller for his share of the commission. It feels totally different that Adrian's here. Before he was here, it felt like I was a dude with a website and a YouTube channel, with the help of, Arthur, obviously, who works with us. And now it feels like we're like a real company. It's a totally different feel. I feel so much more legit and validated, all because of his help. Before, we just felt like a dude with a YouTube channel, not that different than like a teenage girl. And now I feel like an adult. And here we go. Okay, the answer is the second broker would stand a good chance of winning a court suit for his share of the commission. Yeah, those teenage girls have those makeup tutorials. I do not watch those. I don't know what you're talking about, Adrian. I don't know why you're watching that. Okay, anyway, awkward. There's no easy way to move on, so I'll just change the thing. Change topic. Okay, assume a broker took an open listing. All right, so we all know what an open listing is. Let's start there. Okay, what's an open listing? So we'll go over this within the word. What's an open listing? Okay, so you have exclusive listings and open listings. Exclusive listings means you work with one person specifically, just like an exclusive relationship. When you're have an exclusive relationship with your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever it may be, you're more often not exclusive. If you're open, it means you have a relationship with that person, but it does not stop you from being romantic with other people as well. Okay, that's an open relationship. Same concept for listings. An open listing means you have a relationship with one person, but it does not stop you with pursuing relationships with others as well. Whereas exclusive, you cannot pursue a relationship with another until the current relationship has terminated. Very important you guys understand that difference. Does everybody get that? So an exclusive relationship in real estate, just like an exclusive relationship in love and romance, in that relationship, you cannot pursue other relationships until the current one has terminated, okay? So in this question, a broker took an open listing. That means he could work with a lot of different people. He then made an oral agreement with another broker to share the commission on the property. Okay, the second broker procured an offer resulting in the sale of the property. The first broker refused to share his commission on the sale. And here it says the second broker would stand a good chance of winning a court for his share of the commission because he helped procure the buyer. He helped procure the buyer. When you guys have a listing, understand there's one commission. The guy listing the property is one commission, and typically they share the commission with the agent who brings the buyer. There's not two contracts. There's one contract. Both are working under. Yeah, even if it's open listing, Tanya. They still help procure the buyer. And not in this one. This one, that's an exclusive agency listing. Okay, the duration of a listing agreement is A, whatever is negotiated between the agent and the seller, B, 90 days, C, 3 months, or D, whatever is negotiated between the broker and the seller. Okay, it's whatever is negotiated between the broker and the seller. All right, completely negotiable. Let's see who's been studying right here. If you guys have an area where they say the listings are 6% and they're 90 days, that's what they are in the area. That's standard. Everybody goes by that, and you need to too. What is that violating any laws? And if so, what is it violating? What do you guys think? So some broker in your area says, well, you know, it's 90 days and 6%. That's what it is. That's what you got to do. All right. Nice job, guys. It is a violation of the Sherman Antitrust Act. The Sherman Antitrust Act is there to promote free market competition. Everybody got that? It's there to promote free market competition. All right, guys. All right, that's the Sherman Antitrust Act. Can you guys give me other examples of violations of the Sherman Antitrust Act? Do not get this confused with fair housing. This has nothing to do with discrimination. The discrimination violations fall under fair housing. This falls under free market, okay? So price fixing would be an example, good. Say you can only market on Facebook, good. Group boycotting, allocating. All right, good job, everybody. Did we all go to open houses yesterday? Oh, tying agreements, nice job, Darcy. Right. Did everybody go to an open house yesterday? I hope you did. We all got to start, learning about the inventory in our area. I know we're studying, but once we pass, we're going to be ready to rock and roll and go. Okay, which of the following is an acceptable termination date for an enforceable exclusive listing of residential real property? A, 3 days after notice of rescission of the seller. B, whenever the loan is funded. C, 90 days from the completion of construction. D, 90 days after the listing agreement is signed. The answer is D, 90 days after the listing agreement is signed. Okay, because that's a definite termination date. You guys need a definite termination date. All right. So that's why that's the answer, because the other ones are dependent on another thing happening. Okay, this one is only dependent on the date on the contract. Okay, Lori asked me, why do you want to go to open houses? The reason is because my goal for you guys is not just pass the exam. It's for you guys to make money and do well in real estate. Passing the exam is one step towards that. I do not want you guys passing the exam and then say, all right, now what? Now I don't know what to do, okay? I want you guys, from the moment you pass your exam, to be ready to go. So that means making a list of everything you guys could do to get ready that does not need your real estate license, okay? So that when you do pass, you're only focusing on the things that does need a real estate license. I said open houses because you do not need a license to go to an open house and learn how other agents are selling property, learn what property is going for in your area, and learn how people do different things in their real estate career. So you're a little more knowledgeable when you pass. I mean, you don't need a real estate license to get to know the lay of the land, which agents are which brokers are doing what, that kind of thing. All right. That's why you guys need to go to these open houses. There's other things you guys could do. I won't get into now. That's what our agent school channel is for. Adrian, if you could post a link to our agent school channel, that'd be great. We're building that channel up to be more about what you could do to grow your business. But you guys, promise me you will not be one of those people who work so hard to pass their exam, then they pass their exam and they're like, all right, what do I do now? You get really excited, then it's like, all right, now what? Okay, everybody got that? Remember, the goal is to make money and be successful and pursue the career you have chosen to pursue, not just to pass an exam. The exam is a step towards that goal. Like that teenager who always wanted to go to a party and finally he gets invited to a party. Then he gets in the party and he wonders, what does he do then? He's like, oh, now how do I talk to people? Not saying that was me, but that was totally me. I remember the first time I got invited to a party and I saw a girl in front of me and I was like, I was speechless. Okay. Which of the following is created when possession and title do not occur at the same time? A, interim occupancy agreement. B, writ of execution. C, subordination clause. Or D, estate at sufferance. And the answer is A, interim occupancy agreement. Thanks, Adrian. If the screen is blurry, make sure you change to 720 HD, just like Adrian wrote right there. All your screen should be clear. An option A gives the buyer a lien on the property. B keeps an offer open for a specified period of time. C results in a commission to the broker if the optionee does not exercise the option. D requires the optionee to complete the purchase. All right. And the answer is B, keeps an offer open for a specific period of time. Are options unilateral or bilateral? Are options unilateral or bilateral? They are unilateral because there's only one promise involved. One promise involved. Good. We got a lot of new people here. Today's a free open webinar, but just so you guys know who are not normally attending these webinars are part of our premium package for our members. And for those people, we do them 5 days a week. And also the chat is much smaller, so it's much easier for Adrian and I to communicate with you and be a little more specified in our normal ones that are only for our premium members. We do not do these regularly for the public, so if you do like it and want to do it regularly, just let us know. It's part of our premium package. And as I said, the benefit is these are much more frequent, much more regular, and it's a much smaller group. Okay, moving right along. Oh, and also part of the premium package, you get the recorded version of every webinar as well. All the webinars are completely recorded, so those people can access all the previous webinars, which, as you can imagine, is a pretty big library of them at this point. Okay, a contract which, according to the statute of frauds, must be in writing in order to maintain a court action for enforcement is A, any agreement which is not to be performed within 1 year. B, a bill of sale of real property. C, the employment of a business opportunity to sell stock. D, the employment of a broker to exchange leases on property zoned for retail. If you have questions about that, like where to find stuff, just email us through the website and we will answer you there. Celeste, just message us through the website and Adrian will get back to you with a link for that. He'll make it real obvious there. Okay, so contract in which according to statute of frauds must be in writing in order to make court action enforceable is. Okay, so we're talking about the statute of frauds here. Here's my question for you guys. When a contract needs to be in writing, all right, and it's not in writing, does that make the contract void? This is a trick question for you guys. When a contract needs to be in writing or it needs to be done with a certain amount of time, it's not done within that certain amount of time or it's not in writing, does that make the contract void? The answer is not voidable. Everybody ready? Drum roll, please. Oh, nice job, George Parker and Mike Coons. They got it. It makes it unenforceable. Unenforceable. All right, it makes it unenforceable. That's a tough one. Great job, George Parker. Okay, so basically, you guys got to remember, we started today's webinar by saying the 4 essentials of a valid contract. You guys remember that? Write them again for me. Everybody, let's write them one more time. The 4 essentials of a valid contract. What are they? They are mutual consent, consideration, lawful object, and capable parties. Right, guys? We all need to write that. I don't see people writing it. Those 4 essentials do not incorporate writing or time. However, we all know that not every contract needs to be in writing, and not every contract has the same time frame, but we know that many do. And that's why the statute of frauds and statute of limitations. So when something's not in writing and it should be, is not void because it could still have those 4 essentials that you guys just wrote: mutual consent, lawful object, consideration, and capable parties. But it is unenforceable. It's unenforceable. Has everybody got that? Was anybody confused about that before? Hopefully it helped clear things up because that caused a lot of confusion for people. Okay, if a person obtains a contract through duress, that contract is A, unenforceable, B, void, C, voidable, or D, valid. What do you guys think? That makes it voidable. So duress, that could be pressure or threats or things of that nature. If I say, buy this house, or else I'm coming to get you, sign the contract, or else you're in big trouble. Okay? Why does that not make it void? I'm sitting here threatening you. Shouldn't that make it void if you're being threatened in a violent manner? How come that's voidable? Exactly, Hojin. They might like it. You may turn around and be like, relax, psycho. I was going to buy this anyway. You don't need to get all crazy. So just calm yourself. Okay? Yes, that person may want to buy it anyway. My crazy behavior should not take away your ability to follow through this house that you wanted to buy. All right? Hence, it's voidable, not void. Then I would be like, sorry, my bad. Whew, feeling peppy this morning. Do I sound a little bit peppy? There's one reason I sound super excited today, and it's simply because This morning I heard that song by Raw Bass, It Takes Two to Make Everything Go Right. Sorry to date myself for you guys who remember that song, but if you heard that song, you'd be very excited too. It's not too much coffee. It's that Raw Bass, It Takes Two. It takes two to make everything go right. You guys know that song? Wow, woo, takes two to make it out of sight. Anybody who knows what I'm talking about just dated themselves. They're clearly between 40 and 50 if you know that song. I asked somebody who is under 30 about that song. They had no idea what I was talking about. I almost had a heart attack. If you guys were children of the 80s or early 90s, you know that everybody knew every word to that song. And if there's a Where Are They Now video about those people, you have to watch. I don't know why, but I got to watch. Don't watch those videos like, where are they now? How many of you guys see that stuff on YouTube where it says, where are they now? And you're like, I need to know. I don't know why I need to know, but I need to know what they're doing now. It's such a waste of time to watch those videos, but I can't resist. It's like watching a car accident. You don't want to see it, but you got to look. All right, here we go. Sorry about that tangent. Oh, Lawanda, thanks for bumming me out now. Now I'm totally depressed. All right, here we go. All of the following are essentials of each and every contract except A, mutual consent, B, capable parties, C, lawful object, or D, proper writing. I guarantee every single one of you is going to Google that song now. And you should. It's amazing. Okay, we just went over this a lot. Girl Bobby, can an agent suggest a counter offer if he knows how the higher sell would be? They can advise, but they can't tell somebody what to do. Okay, so we just went over this. Writing is not an essential. However, it is needed. It can make that contract unenforceable. It can make it unenforceable. All right, here we go. The law requires that real estate contracts to be in writing to be enforceable is the A, statute of limitations, B, parole evidence rule, C, statute of frauds, or D, law of descent and distribution. Okay. I believe when that song came out, everybody was also doing the Running Man, that dance. Not me, though. Other people. Okay, so statute of frauds requires must be in writing. What must be in writing? To assign a contract for the sale of real estate means to A, permit another broker to act as an agent for the principal. B, transfers one's rights under the contract. C, record the contract with the county recorder's office. Or D, allow the seller and the buyer to exchange positions. And the answer is transfers one's rights. Sherry asks, what is the parole evidence rule? Adrian, can you look that up for Sherry, please? What is the parole evidence rule? And he'll find you a nice definition there. Because I'm a little weaker on that, I'll be honest with you, Sherry. So I'm going to ask Adrian to help me out with that one. Okay, a property owner lists his property for sale with a broker during the negotiations. The owner told the broker that the owner wanted $138,000 for the property, and anything above that amount the broker could keep as his commission. The listing with this type of provision is known as the A, non-exclusive listing, B, open listing, C, net listing, or D, gross listing. All right, the answer is net listing. As you guys know, many states it's illegal, some states it's frowned upon. Regardless, you have to know what it is. Telling me if it's legal or illegal is honestly not going to help you on your real estate exam. You guys have to know what it is, and what it is when there's a set price on the listing, and you as an agent get any amount above and beyond that set price, the net amount, okay? The reason it's either frowned upon or illegal, depending on what state you're in, is because there's an inherent conflict of interest. Okay, for example, if you bring in $500,000 on a listing that's $500,000, you get nothing. So your incentive is to reject that offer, even though it's the best offer for the seller, because you want to make some money. You just did all that effort. So you'll kind of keep that offer quiet in hopes to get a bigger offer. And there lies the conflict of interest that they're trying to prevent. And that's why it's either illegal or frowned upon. But regardless of how it's lawed in your state, you have to know what it is. Under influence or duress applied to one party to a contract makes the contract A, invalid, B, void, C, unenforceable, or D, voidable. And the answer is D, voidable. All right, guys, that was fun today. Make sure to look for us on Instagram at prep_agent, obviously on YouTube where you're at now. On Facebook, look up PrepAgent, look for our real estate exam study group, and you could also find us on LinkedIn. Adrian, if you got any of those links available, share them with our group. But you can find us on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, all those different areas. And I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and it continues to be great. And I will come and bring the energy, and the webinars coming up soon, and I hope you guys join. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Let's get this week off started right. Go team.